is reaching you from our television Nigerian studio, Guzape, Abuja, Nigeria. This is where we'll be extracting issues that pertain to the polity, especially to the 2019 general elections. And of course, I'm not here alone. I have some guests with me who are also journalists. You want to find out who my guest is, then sit back and relax. We will be right back. With me in the studio is a journalist. His name is Toby Prince. Toby Prince, welcome to the program.
Nice
and also we have Mr. Bernard Atta. He's also a journalist. You are welcome to the program, Mr. Bernard.
Thank you.
Let me start with you, Mr. Bernard. From February 16 and now 23rd of February for the presidential and National Assembly elections. How did you get the news, or how did you receive this news on the day it was postponed?
Well, it's a very sad thing that the election has to be postponed. For me, I got the news at about 4 a.m. in the morning, when most people have traveled to their various states to go and vote their choice, their candidates.
Yeah.
You know, because of how sudden the news came, most people were stranded in their various locations and their states where they went to vote. You know, most people couldn't even go to work on that particular day. So even to me, I didn't go out. That day was virtually useless to me. And I can say that for almost 50% of Nigerians who have traveled to go and vote on that day, who abandoned their businesses, closed their shops, and thinking they were going to vote on that day, and it didn't come to happen. So that day was just totally useless for Nigerians. Weddings were postponed, birthdays, naming ceremonies, several events were postponed because of the occasion, the election, and now it's not holding. It has been shifted to February 23rd. Well, let's see what will happen.
Okay,
I just pray INEC does not shift the election again.
Okay, that was quite unfortunate. Look, Mr. Toby, looking at this issue, many people want to say there has always been a trend, because this isn't the first time we are having elections postponed. It happened back then in 2015, and now it's happening again. And to you, did you see this coming, or you felt there could be a change of time, looking at how prepared INEC is for this election?
Personally, I would say I saw it coming.
Okay.
You know, PDP gave a clue of what was coming. I think 2 days before, Fayoshi tweeted, I was like, the INEC are not ready for the election and stuff like that. So we were anticipating the breaking story, actually. You know, I stayed up till around 1 a.m. waiting for the news to break, because all over social media you hear people saying it was mere speculation as at then. So it was forthcoming anyway. So we already anticipated that what we waited for was when the news was going to break. And that was what affected Nigerians the most, because had the news come, or had we gotten the news like 2 days before, there will not be much shock. But the news broke in the early hours of the day. Myself, as an instance, I had to, as I said, I stayed awake till 1 a.m. waiting for the news and slept off. So I woke up by 7 a.m. and everywhere was just noisy. And so it's actually a trend, and it's a sad tale that it is happening.
Okay, Ben, how about looking at the perception of INEC? They are claiming that, of course, there were card groups, smart card reader that was burned down in some offices. That we're looking at about 2-3 states that were affected, and also looking at the fact that some sensitive materials were not at the stipulated areas for where people are supposed to come and vote. How about looking at from their own angle, and not necessarily that they wanted to intentionally botch the election?
Okay, looking at it from that angle, you could say that they had those incidents happened some days before the election, if I am correct, and they had the luxury of more than 2 days, 3 days to postpone the election. And there was an interview I watched on a TV show, the INEC chairman stated that at about Friday, he was still claiming that INEC is ready for the election. So the news is very, very surprising, because they had days to break the news, only for them to break it some 6 hours to election. So looking at it from that perspective, I think they had days to make that decision.
So that wasn't really acceptable by you, right?
Well, not really by me, by most Nigerians. A lot of people are questioning it. Many people see it as an act to rig the election.
Okay.
But let's
Okay, talking about rigging, well, we'll just have to just deal with the issues of the moment. And Mr. Bernard, Mr. Toby, sorry, I would want to find out from you. Okay, now this has been postponed and the date being rescheduled. Let's look at the vote apathy. Would this postponement, do you think Nigerians will want to maybe now find the time to come out, or do you think they will take INEC serious this time around?
Personally, I think I don't want to be. Okay, let me put it this way. I think it's going to affect the turnout on that day. You know, Nigerians already decided to come out en masse to either for the ruling or opposition. Nigerians already had their minds fixed already on voting.
That was on the 16th.
Some had to travel long distances to carry out their franchise, and at the end came back home. And so the postponement had already affected voters, because some that traveled back to their areas, they are back to their base, and some, even though still waiting for the election, this forthcoming election, they'll have this fear of going to vote. So I think definitely to affect the turnout on that day. Yeah.
Okay, let's look at, Mr. Bernard, let's look at the things that may likely to, shape these upcoming elections. And for you, okay, looking at the candidates we have, and of course all focus are based on two contenders, which is Atiku Abubakar and Muhammadu Buhari. How about other contenders? Don't you think you may also have the leverage to, of course, win this election, aside from these two people that I've made mention of?
Okay, as you and I know, the two major parties in this country is the PDP, the People's Democratic Party, and the All Progressive Congress, which is APC. Those are the two major parties in this country. Now, every other party has the same right, the same chance to campaign and to win the election. But as the case is right now, it's a 50-50 chance for PDP and APC. I think I could safely say so.
Okay, Toby, what's your thought about that? The candidates.
As you asked, I think these other parties are lightweight. They don't have the structure that the APC and the PDP they have at the moment.
In terms of
longevity, in terms of finance, that's funding, and so many aspects. Now, the only way those parties would have, apart from the ruling party and the main opposition, the only way, as when we had something of a coalition, that was what Ezekwesili was trying to propose. As when we had a coalition, Showore, this Durotoi, so we had a coalition of all these parties. Just bring out a candidate, they might be able to challenge. But as it stands, honestly, I don't see them coming up with anything. In fact, it's just a two-horse race.
We'll be right back. Let's stay tuned.
You don't do. I don't tire for all the things where you dey yarn.
Blood don't be right.
You dey yarn no pata. Shey you think say na only you fit buga? I go show you.
This matter don't pass, be careful.
You dey show yourself all these years, I just dey look you. This time, you go know the kind of person we are.
I been dey watch as you dey try scatter my future.
The future wey I dey try
Organize for myself.
small. Na him you dey try kill, abi?
Na to kill, scatter, and destroy my paroles always dey your agenda, abi? Oh, but you know fit oh, not this time.
I don't set my own agenda.
I know how way your agenda go fit pass my agenda.
Because my agenda strong pass your agenda.
For this election, the agenda now.
It's our future.
No violence.
Just vote.
Set the agenda for this election. No violence, just vote.